Well, the ministers discussed various ways that the two countries can be helped in the short term, notably by using interconnectors and infrastructure to bring gas over from their neighbors. In Poland's case, they're going to get liquefied natural gas that originally came from the United States and has been docked at Lithuania's new LNG port. In Bulgaria's case, they're going to be getting pipeline gas from Greece. But then they also had to talk about the medium-term levels of support, not just for Poland and Bulgaria, because, of course, the fear here is that Russia may escalate this and cut off the gas taps to more EU countries. So they talked about increasing the level of gas storage and urgently getting new gas supplies from other partners. Now, they couldn't reach an agreement on that that gas storage directive today, but I'm told that should be coming in the next couple days. The other big thing they had to settle today was this issue over paying for gas in Russian rubles. That's the reason why Russia has cut off the gas to Poland and Bulgaria, because they've refused to do so. But of course, they're not alone. The Energy Commissioner Kadri Simpson told us today that as far as she's aware, there is no EU country that is yet paying for Russian gas in rubles. And the French energy minister said the same thing. The question is, are they using a loophole that's been suggested by Russia, wherein the countries pay for their gas in euros, but they pay into a Gazprom bank account, and the currency gets exchanged in that bank account? It's kind of a workaround so that they kind of are paying in rubles, kind of not. And when asked about this, Commissioner Simpson couldn't give a direct answer about whether that would violate the EU sanctions. She said paying in rubles absolutely violates the EU sanctions. But using this loophole, the Commission has to come back to member states about that in the next days with some legal analysis to see if that would violate EU sanctions. There have been reports that some countries are already doing that, although Commissioner Simpson seemed to reject those reports. It's unclear if she was talking about outright payments or this loophole. But certainly coming out of this, it's been made very clear any direct payment in rubles would violate the EU sanctions, and that would have consequences.
And Dave, it seems there was no agreement on a potential oil embargo. Was any progress made at all in that area?
It's a bit hard to tell because all the ministers after this meeting, as they were exiting this building here, they were quite mum about this. Now, there was never expected to be an agreement here today because first there has to be a proposal from the European Commission. The question was whether the energy ministers would today give the Commission enough of a green light to move ahead with that. I'm getting the impression that they did, and that we will see the Commission in its weekly college meeting tomorrow afternoon adopt a proposal for an oil embargo on Russia. That then passes to the member states who have to discuss it. The big question is, will Hungary and Slovakia be given some kind of exemptions? Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban has been threatening to veto this embargo on Russian oil. So there have been discussions about how to work around that. And one of the ideas is to give Hungary and Slovakia longer. But what's on the table right now is a phased-in embargo that would fully take effect by the end of this year. So maybe Hungary and Slovakia get longer. One odd idea put forward by the Polish energy minister today was that they could have something that works kind of like the EU's emissions trading system, where any country that wants to buy Russian oil can then purchase allowances that would go toward helping Ukraine, helping energy infrastructure in Ukraine. In other words, having to pay for the damage they're doing to Ukraine by funding Russian oil. It sounded afterwards like that idea didn't go anywhere, but it could always reemerge. I would be very surprised to see it in the Commission's proposal tomorrow. But of course, member states are going to be looking at that proposal that's probably coming tomorrow, and they're going to make their own adjustments. So the big question for tomorrow in that Commission proposal is, will it contain an exemption for Hungary and Slovakia? Because that doesn't seem like real solid EU unity.
All right, Dave, and you will, of course, be following that Commission proposal for us in the coming days. Dave Keating reporting there from Brussels.